new thing did you learn?
The first thing I learned was that I learned how to work really fast, like very fast, because I was really busy for like 2 or 3 days. So I just had yesterday to do it. And what else did I learn? I don't know. Apart from the doing really fast. Yeah.
Okay, at least that will teach you when you're applying for a job and you see can you work in a fast-paced environment. You would quickly say yes. You come up with designs in one day. Oh, okay. So a guy, what did you learn while working on your tax? That me. You know I will call you, so mute. What did you learn?
Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Can I answer
Dami.
for it?
Yes, yeah, you can.
Yeah, this is similar. This is similar. I also I learned how to work fast also. Although I was struggling with my work, with my 9 to 5 job. So I learned how to work fast also. I had to just rush myself so that I don't even know that they extended the timeline, the deadline to Tuesday. But I was able to submit yesterday.
The good thing is that you were able to submit. So, that's something very nice. So, I've asked what you learned. So, what was your challenge doing the tax? So, what did you think was difficult in the tax?
Okay, so sorry, just want to talk about it. So one of my challenge is that I at first I started to think about what I want to design. So I was just thinking, in fact I had to go take on the hand, take on everything where I could just get inspiration. But at last, I was able to come up with something. So my main challenge was I had to just think a lot. Some of the things too, I have to think deeply so that I know how to. So now I will not fall for the US answer.
Okay, so one thing I was expecting all of you to do when I gave that tax is first, uh, ah, Timile, are you in our class at all? So one thing is I started doing reading something recently, and I noticed that we have plenty designs. The truth is we have plenty designs. So the first thing you should do in any design is, if you're given anything, is to look at competitive analysis. Look at all the apps you have that are related. Fintech, we have over thousands of fintech. It's just to go look for one. So if I am the one doing that tax, what I need to do is, first of all, I would look at those apps. Then I'll take two, three, four. I'll use heuristic principles to look at, to start judging them one after the other. Look at what I don't like, look at what I like, look at all of those things. Because if you want to follow the laws of UI UX, you will notice that if you follow the laws, there's a particular law that states that users will, will prefer something they are already used to. So what I'll do is I'll just take one of those fintech apps that we already have. I'll take them, look at them, do competitive analysis, what they have, what they don't have, use heuristic principles, do all of this. Then I come up with my own idea. Come up with my own. Might be same. I'm not copy. They say it's still like an artist. So just do it. With that, you first of all reduced stress. Yes, under 3 days. I can do that. I will use one day. I'll use one day to check that. And you know that it's not the whole fintech app we told you to design. We said some screens, because you can't do all. We had specific screens. So you can use one day to look at them, then use the next day to design and the rest of them. So those screens, and it's not like it's a full fintech app now. So I know that is something we can do. But one thing you need to know, that's the outside world. So it is. They don't want to know how long it will take. They just feel that it's normal design and the rest of them. So today let's just look at something simple, not really simple. We're doing prototyping. So I know that we are all familiar with. Okay, so before I start to assume, are we all familiar with regular prototyping? I know that the normal one is on tap, move to this, move to this. Yeah, places you can get inspiration from. I know Behance, UI8, all of those other tools can give you inspiration. Seriously, there's one I'm thinking of. When I remember the name, I'll drop it. It's just mostly for mobile apps. If you're looking for mobile apps, just go there. You see different mobile apps to even WhatsApp, like to WhatsApp mobile app, you see there. So if you use that, you can see inspiration. For me, Behance and Dribble just gives you simple UI aid, Behance, Pinterest. With one other one, let me remember now. I'll let you know. Okay, so let's quickly look at, yes, Mobbing. Mobbing is also good, and some other ones too. I'll still share them. Then for icons, you can get icons from uh just let me know if you can see my screen. UX Wing. So this is where I mostly get icons from. I know I'm trying to deviate, but I get icons from here. Can you see my UX Wing screen? So let me type out UX Wing. So let me type it out on the chat box. I don't know if you can see on my screen. So most times I use this UX Wing because it will give you variety. It's not just about the icons. Let's say I'm looking for something like education. You'd see that if you want to use normal icons, you might not get education. And one interesting thing about it is you can download them as SVG. So you change the colors and the rest of them. I prefer these sites to downloading some complex icons to other sites. So for an illustration, you can get on Draw, you can get from Freepik. So I also recommend freepik.com. It will help you get illustration, pictures, anything you're actually looking for. Now, see see the couple of illustrations you can get: Christmas, car illustration, any. And if you look at this, it's very fine. Most of them are fine. With this now, I can even change the color of all of this. Just need to edit it online, or if I can't edit it online, I'll take it to my Photoshop or CorelDRAW. So if I have a color that I think I want to start using, I'll just get to use this to change it, and I move it over. So you see that they have different styles that you can just pick. So free pick is another place that you can get illustration. So what other thing are you looking for? There's some icon, yeah, story sets, UI arts, all of those places. So if you know that you're not this kind of person that likes going to these places, another place I use is Google. I just use the keywords to search for it. So once you search on Google, it will show you different sites that you can see illustration from. There you can go for it. Another thing you can do is to okay, so if you can't see for finance, for me, what I do is I'll just go to finance illustration, illustrations. There's no way Google will not show you. Google will show you, and to show you some of the sites where you can see them. Now, look at all of this. This is finance. This is finance. You can see on story set. It will tell you the places where you can. Okay, yes, you can also get on Shutterstock and iStock. So, uh, let's say for instance, there's something I do. If I want to download good pictures, let me quickly show you that one so that you can also be downloading your pictures live and like good pictures. So if I want to download pictures, let's say I want to download from iStock or Shutterstock. Now, if you go to Shutterstock, you would get, please, can you see my screen, my Shutterstock screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I go to, yes, iStock and Shutterstock is not free, but I'll just show you something right now. So if I go to these places and I see these are cool pictures that I can use for designs, so I'll just quickly search for it. If I'm downloading for, let me see, black black man and woman with laptop. So after looking for it, I'll look for what I need, the picture I need. You can see that they are paid. They are paid pictures. So what I will do is I'll quickly open my another browser and I will type noart.cc. Noart.cc. So when I type noart.cc, what I'll do immediately is I would copy this link. Let's say, let me click on the picture first of all. Let's say I want this picture for my design. I like this picture for my design. So I'll click on the picture, copy the link, and I'll control C it, come to this place, and I'll paste it here. So after pasting it, I'll just click on find this stock. Once I find it, I'll click on view. It will open another section. I'll just click I'm a human. Then wait for this ad to finish. Once it's finished loading, I'll just click skip ad. Once I click skip ad, this is the image. Click download, and I can save the image to my picture, to my system. Or if I'm working with Figma, instead of, I'll just copy this image, copy image, and I'll come to my Figma and I'll paste it. This is for Shutterstock. If you want to download from Shutterstock, then if I then if I want to download from iStock or any of those places, what I would do is I'll quickly go to iStock. Let's say it's iStock I want to download from. Okay, so I'll go to iStock, click on iStock. Then I'll go to, so I'll type out all of these websites, downloader.la. So now this is another thing I'm showing you. So with this, you can see the places where you can download from. You can download from Getty Image, all of this. So because it's iStock I want to download from, I'll just click on iStock, download now, and I'll close this ad. So I have my iStock. Let's say let it open. Let me just click on one image. Let's say this is the illustration I want to use. Network. Okay, let's say I want to use this business illustration. Let me click on it, open it. So this is the one I want to use. So I'll get the particular image. So same thing, copy the link, Ctrl C, come to your downloader.la, and I'll paste the link. Once I paste it, I'll click on download. Once I click on download, I'll see it. I'll just click on download now. And this is it. So I'll double click on the image and I save image to my system, or I copy it if I want to copy it, or I copy the image normally and I paste it. You see, I don't have watermark or anything on the image. So that's how to download those kind of pictures. But don't say I told you. So you see that you can get any picture you want to use for your designs. Okay, so let's quickly go to let's quickly move to prototyping. Thank God you know wisdom. So for, let's say, so I'm not going to be doing the main prototype for Windows, so I'll just show you one or two that we can use. So let's say I want to do a search interaction. Let me pick up my frame, any of my frames, um, 11 Pro Max. I'll go to. So let's say I want to do a simple interaction for this. I have a search feature that I want to do. Let me quickly add my layout grid. I'll change this to column. I'll make this 6. Is it 6 or 8? Anyone? 8. Okay. 6 Charlie. Then I'll make this 25. 30. So I have this now. And I want to do a search over. So I'll quickly hold my rectangle and I'll draw it to this. Since this is my rectangle, let me just put 10 and I'll quickly write this search. This is 12, so I should just increase it to, let's say, 14, and I would put this together, centralize it. So I need one more thing. So what I would do now is I'll just go to my community. So there's something I do normally when I want to design, when I know that I need a couple of icons that I'll need. So I'll just open my design and let me see if I have them here. Yeah. Okay, so I don't have them here. So so I'll just go to community and I'll type material design icons. I'm doing it because I don't want to be searching for icons up and down. So I'll just take this, duplicate it. Let me close all of this. So material design icons. So what I'll do is, you remember that when you're designing and you're choosing icon, you need to know the icons you're working with. So if I want to use field all through, I will just click on field. But I don't like using field, so I'll just make it outline. So with this now, I'll just Control A everything, Control C. Then I'll come to my main design on title and I'll paste it. So I'll paste it. So after pasting it, let me see where I have my rectangles and the rest of them. Okay, this is my iPhone. So what I'll do is I'll just remove my iPhone. I'll remove it here, Command X. So I'll cut it and I'll create a new page. And I'll just call this my design and I'll call this my icons. So there is no way the icons I want to use will not be here. Command V. So I paste this here. So all the icons I want to use must be here. So if I don't have it, then I will now go to font.google.com so I can get icons there. So let's say this is the time. Let me change the color of this to okay. This is, let me reduce it a bit. Okay, let's say this. Then my normal rule where I don't get to use pure black, so I'll just look for a black to use. Okay, so something like this. It's on its one. Let me quickly add it. Uh, Text. So this is it, and I need an icon. So what I'll do is I'll just come to my assets and I'll type search. So you see how it's now going to be very good for me, very sweet for me. Because any icon I need, I just need to look for it and just put it there. So I'm going to do this, make sure I do the two. Then this icon, I'll change the color of the icon to take the color of my text. So this is the search. I've gotten what I want for search. So now the next thing I need to do now is to look for, still in community, I'll just look for keywords. So while it's loading, wait for keywords. So anyone you like, let me just open this one and see. No, this is Korean keyboard. This is not what I want. So let me go back and look for the keyboard I want. Okay, so there's a plugin for keyboard. Okay, there's no plugin. Okay, so I'll use this. I'll duplicate. So once I get it, I'll just look for the keyboard that I want to use. So I'll use any of these. I'll let it load. So you have different keyboards. So let's say for search, we need something like this. Oh, now depending on what you want to do. So let me just carry this. So I'll control C it, copy, and I'll go to my design and I'll quickly paste it, control V. So let me see if it's the size of our screen. It's not. So I'll just hold shift and increase it to view the size. It's now over. So I'll hold shift again and reduce it till I get the size. So I've gotten the size of what I want. I can now decide to, so I need to remove all of this. So I need to remove this colon, this. So I have to remove it one after the other. So I'll remove this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I just decided to change the colors, but that's not needed for now. So I'll go to my layers. So I'll go to my layers and I would make this a frame. So this is a frame. So let's say I want to type something in my search bar. Like I want the keyboard to come to this place when I click on search. So what I would do is, let's say I try to go the full. Just bear with me, we'll just do it. So this is it. So I want, once I click on my search, I want this to come out. So the next thing I'll do is I'll just go to prototype quickly. I'll drag this to this and I would say on click, it should open overlay. Should open overlay. So I'm going to make the overlay from bottom. Okay, now I'm going to make it from here, bottom center. So I'm going to add close when clicking outside. So that's, let's see how, let's play it and see how it will come off. So while it's loading, let me be doing another animation we would want to do, we want to look at. So on, oh, I did not get to select anything. So let me go back to this, show prototype setting, device iPhone 11 Pro Max, well, the color, the device, anyone you want to use. So let's say this is it. Let me remove this thing first. So this is another stuff. So once I click on this, you see how it came in. So if I click at it goes back. So you can make, oh sorry, my screen is, so it should be fit screen. So you can still add one or two, you can still make it useful flow on. So I can still click on this and try to add animation. So the animation can be moving, so moving from up. So I prefer this. So you can play with any of these to see how it works, use time and see. So as we change it to moving, let's see how it works. So for me, this moving is actually sweeter and better. So you can also make it interactive. Let's say I want to start typing. So it's just to duplicate this. It's going to take time, yes, but it's just to duplicate this one after the other. So I'll have to create screens with this keyboard. So let me go back to design. So let's say I want to start typing. I'll duplicate this and I'll copy this and I'll move this to this place. Alt, Alt, I'll put it here. So I'll start doing it one after the other. Let's say when I click on, let's say I'm trying to spell my name, Boma. So no, I'll start from here to prototype it. So this is 1 1. So this is it. So let's say I want to start typing. So I'll click on this and I'll move this to this place. So let's try to play it. So which did I do? B. So once I type B, so let's play it now. So I'll have to refresh, yeah. So one after the other, even if you really don't know how to use, so first one, it comes off. Once I click on B, it has not moved. So let me see what I've, oh, sorry. So instead of B, I went to make it N. Okay, so it has moved now. So B, one after the other, you can still to type. So you decide to type everything. Well, that's going to take your time. So let me quickly do the other one I want to do. So let's go to design. The reason why I'm going straight to this is because these older ones we are all familiar with it, where you do your on click, you should move to this, move to this. So what if you want to do an overlay? So let's say this is I want to do a Nava. want to do a nav bar. So this is the size. So let me bring it out here. So I know that my nav bar is supposed to, let's say this is white. So, and I go to my assets. So the first thing I need to have is home, and I drag it into this. So let me increase this to 48 by 48. It's big, but let's use it like this. So this, this. So let me move this to this, and I'll go to tidy off. No, tidy off sometimes system is very horizontal spacing. So I want to change all of this. So I'll just go to this place and I'll change it to search. No, this is not the search. I need search. No more search. Let's say this one should be settings. Cut. No, cut. And this should be settings. So you see why I enjoy just copying all my designs at once. So that's why I like copying all my designs at once. So I'll just say this is settings. So I did not get to look which settings they brought for me. I just click on any one. Okay, so this is what I want. So this is settings. Now let's change the colors of all of this. Now this is the color of all. Okay, so this is all I want to do. Now, because I want to animate this, I'll go back to layer. So I'll start typing this home, and I'll make this, let's say 12. Sorry, I'll make this 12. So let me just add command A, shift A, auto layout. So I'll just get to duplicate this, control D, command D, and command D, command D. So now I want to change all of this to home. This should be search. There's no actual need putting auto layout, sure. If you don't want to put auto layout, it will still work. Cut and settings. So let's say I want to make this interactive. So the next thing I'll do is I'm going to click on this frame and I'll prototype it. So I'll start with interaction. So it will be while hovering, it should open an overlay. So open overlay. So now it's going to ask you which of the frames. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show settings of all of this. Open overlay. No scrolling. So I'm looking for something. So let me move this. Okay, so first of all, let me undo everything. I know why I can't see it. So let me go to design and see this is settings. So on this, let me go to photo type. Oh, this is a rectangle. Let me make it a frame first. So I'll right click and make this a frame. So I'll go to this. On this interaction, it should be while hovering, open overlay to frame 4. So now this is what I am looking for. So instead of instant, so okay, so it should be instant. So you go to overlay and you change it to manual. So once you change it to manual, I'm going to drag this and I'll bring it down here and I'll centralize it. So I think this is too small. Let me go to this and increase this a bit. Oh, sorry. Let me go to frame and increase this. Is the rectangle I'm clicking on now? What is this thing doing? Okay. So let me just keep it like that. So this is central. So I'll still go back to my prototype. I'll still do the same for this. So let's check this out first. Refresh. Am I clicking on the wrong frame? So this is so I need to check why it's not showing. So let me take this back. So this is it. Prototype again. While hovering, it should be show prototype setting. Ooh, this is what I need to play. Flow 2. Oh, I've been playing Flow 1. So one thing you also need to know about this is your attention to details. Or let's use another method to do this. So let me delete all of this. So I want to take another approach to do this. Let's say this is it. So let me quickly do home command D, duplicate this, alt, bring it here. It must not be equal though. Anyhow you want to do it. Home. So let's make the home work first. So I want to prototype this and I go to prototype. This is flow 2. So let me rename this to nav. So I'm going to drag this to this frame selection. I'm going to drag this to this. So it will be while hovering. You should open overlay to frame 9, right? Yeah, frame 9. So close when clicked outside. It should bottom center. So this should be dissolve and ease in, ease out. Sorry, manual. So this should be dissolve. So what I'll do now, since I made it manual, I'll just drag this till it gets to this place. Okay, so I need to centralize it. So I need to figure out something. I am making okay, so I'm making a mistake somewhere which I can't actually figure out where. I'm skipping something. Hello? So let me make it a frame again, and I should add auto layout. So let me rename this frame to home so that I will know where this is happening from. So for the dive, okay, so this is it. So please just follow me and see where I am making a mistake from manual. Oh, oh, now I see. Okay, close and clicked outside. Linear. So I think I now know where this is from. It's going to work now. Okay. So let me, since this doesn't want to work like this, so one thing you need to know, there are different ways you can actually achieve it. It's not working like this, so let me do what is suggested, put it inside a frame, a phone frame and see. Let's see what will make this one not work now. Or is it because they made updates and most of this previous way of doing things is no longer the way of doing it? Because normally I do animate without getting to put it in a frame. So it's supposed to work without a frame, but this is not working. So let me even got an icon from. I know this is not a good design way, but let me add it. Settings. Let me just leave the settings at this. So get my text and home. So let's make this work first before we go to doing others. So for the home, I need to make it a frame so that it's going to work. So this is a frame now, and I can name the frame to be home. So this is what I want to animate. Okay, let me do this prototype. So this is what I want to animate instead of this. While overing, you should open overlay to. So where is iPhone X Max 1 now? So you see that I'm not even supposed to put it in a frame. So I'm not supposed to put it in a frame. I need to take it out of this frame. So I want to rename all of this so I'll know where I'm having the issue from. So sometimes it can just be renaming issue. And so back to this. Open overlay to home, closing, then it should be manual. Then drag this manual. And group, so it can be one by one. Okay, this is where I got to increase this. So I will drag this down here for easing. Okay, so even if it's not showing where, can you see the interaction I am looking for? Once I over on this, it should show me. Over on this, it should show me the home. Over on this. So this is what I want to do. This is the interaction. So now it's working now. So let's do it for all others. Command D, Command D, Command D. So this is search. No, sorry, this is cut. And this is settings. Let's say this is settings. So that's how you do one after the other. So let me try to increase this again. So I'll click on search, photo type, and I will drag this to search here. I did not rename them. So let me quickly rename them so that I don't get confused. Search, carts, settings, so that I don't get confused. So it's very important to name it. So now for search, I'll still get to do the same thing. I'll drag this to this. So while hovering, you should open overlay to search, and it should come manually. So the manually it's already here, so I'll just have to drag it to the first one we did was 6. So I'll make it equal. Do the same thing for this. Drag it to this frame. So while hovering, you should open overlay to cut. So it's still manual, so I'll still drag it and ensure that I still have the 6. So this will help you do it while settings, same thing. While hovering, you should open overlay. So I'll bring these settings down, count it. 4, 5, 6 settings. So play it. So I did not arrange my screen well. So this is it. Very simple interaction and very cool. So let's say I want to do it another way. So let's say um let's go to this, and I want to duplicate all of this. Okay, so let me add auto layout to this, and I will get to duplicate this. Okay, no, not really duplicating. So I'll get to bring out all of this. So I've added auto layout to this, right? And I will change it to, is it down? Yeah. So let me drag this into this auto layout. This is home. Let me drag it into this auto layout. Okay, so this is it. Okay, your hand is off. Similarly,
Yes, good evening, Miss Boma. Yeah, I
yeah,
said that you could actually like remove the frame from the iPhone screen by changing your display settings to none. So like reducing
yeah.
the window.
Okay, so let me do that. Prototype device, right? Okay. Display.
Yes, the iPhone 11 Pro Max, change it to none.
Oh,
Mm,
this
yeah,
is
no.
none. Okay, so because I've removed it, it's not going to work. So let's go back to what I wanted to show you again. Thank you. Okay, so this is the auto layout. So now let's say this. I want the color of this to be this. So let me remove this stroke that I included here. Okay. So I created an auto layout. Let me duplicate this, duplicate. So I come here. This should be search. This should be cards, and this should be settings from what we have initially. So I need to change all of these. So let me use Alt to see if this would quickly change. So I'll delete this. Color should be black. That's what we are working with, have we? So I'll do the same for this. Alt, move it in here, and I'm going to delete this. Change the color to be black. I'll do the same for this. And I'll make this black. So let's see how to align this, align to the center, align to the center, align to the center. So it's the same thing we'll do here. We did in the first place. That's what we'll do here. So while hovering, yeah, it has helped us to do it. But this time around, we are going to drag this till we make it equal to this. So for this too, while hovering, it should open overlay. So we'll move it till it's equal. So you do this for same thing for this while hovering. Yeah, it's staying well now. So these two while hovering, you should open overlay. So this is not balanced, so we have to balance it. And that's it. So so simple animation like this. Okay. So see how cool is it? It is for normal designs. So you see, prototyping is something that you actually need to take your time. So there's another thing I need to show before we call it a day. So now you actually can, let me see, I want to do something. I don't know how it's going to work, but let me just try it. Okay, so that's it on prototype, show prototype setting, device, iPhone 11 Pro Max, play. So, so I think there is something I need to do on this. I would have to know. So let me remove the device first. Oh, my Figma is not connected, so I wanted to open it from. Okay, so I've showed two methods to type. Can you move it to the frame so it will be at the bottom during preview? So that's what I want to see. So let me come to design. Let me go to prototype on this. So let me add interaction to this. Hopefully. So I want to see. Hmm, no, this is not going to work. So let's. So what I don't. Okay, so there's something. Uh, so see, one thing you need to know, this prototyping can be so complicated that sometimes it will make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. But so now I need to look at this thing again to ensure that it's on the line I kept it, because it can decide to move without anybody sending in work. So this is what I did first. So let me try to go to design and move this, or move this to this place. Now see, if I play it, it's not showing this again. Okay, so it's still working. But what I don't understand is, okay, let me go to prototype now and see, show prototype settings, device, iPhone 11 Pro Max. So, let me, okay, like this is another thing. Oh, so I'm the cause of this thing now since it's iPhone 11 Pro, not Pro Max. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this is it. This is it on your screen. So, about we let me now turn that thing. I think it's too down for me. Let me try to move this a little bit forward. Okay, yes, it's no longer. Where is this line coming from? Actually, so this is. So this is it. The line. Oh, there's a stroke. So if I increase it now, I'd have space. So we successfully prototype our Nava, even when Figma decided to mess us off. So this is how you can add interaction to this.
Mm,
So any question? Who project? So I really want to check how this is going to. Okay, yeah, you can unmute. Hello, Daffy. Okay, you can speak now. Hello, I've asked you to unmute. Hello, I'm waiting for you, Daffy.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you.
I said it was for the frame. I don't have
Okay.
any question I wanted to ask. So.
Okay, so is there any question before we call it a day for today? Any question? So I wanted to show you something. So I'm going to show you quickly, then we might not get to talk about it till Wednesday. So first of all, go to plugins and store. I'll just give you the overview of it today. Then on Wednesday we'll start using it. Oh, these days I noticed that I don't really get to look at my Figma very well before clicking something. So browse plugin in community instead of manage plugin. So I'll quickly Figmotion. Okay, so I've installed it. Let's quickly.
nǹkan tó ní ká ṣe dàrú ayé o.
So let me click on this. And I'll right click, go to plugins, and I'll quickly open Figmotion. Open Figmotion. So it's loading. Convert the frame circle. So Figmotion mostly works with frame. There's sometimes you would want to do simple animation. Okay, so let's open it and okay. So now this is how it works. So we have a frame already, which is this. We have a circle. Move to this place. You don't want me to see my circle again. Let me click on my circle. So I have my circle. If you're used to what's it called? If you're used to After Effects, you actually know have issue doing this. Like, why is this thing act? I think Figma don't want me to be using Figma again. Stay here. Okay. Let me click on something. So now this is where you add your animation. Anything you want to add, this is from where you add it. So let's say this is the circle I want to work with, and we have X and Y axis. X is the horizontal axis, while Y is the vertical axis. So let's say I want to make this thing move in the vertical axis. I'll just get to click here, and I've added a frame to it. So I would get to drag, increase this frame that I've added, take it here, and take this to this place. So you see that I've added a frame. If I get to play it, please, why is this thing not showing my circle? I need to see my circle. Okay, it's not working now. So if I get to come back to this place and I decide to play it, so this is a circle. So I decide to play it. It's supposed to move. Okay, let me do it for Y too. And I do the same play. So this is supposed to move to this part. Alright, so you know what is going to happen here. Let me try to update this layer. So we'll come back to this on Wednesday. But first, get to install it. Secondly, just get to know that it works with keyframes. So this is where you do all of everything you need to do. So for you to add an interaction, anything you want to add is just first of all you need to click on this. Once you click on this, you can now start adding keyframes to it, and the rest of them linear is still the same as your normal prototype, but just that this time around you need to work with keyframes. So you can also you can animate different properties here. You can animate the X axis, the Y axis, the width, the height, opacity, including rotation. You can do all of that. So instead of making this linear, you can also make it custom. Now making it custom, it will open something like this. Then you can try to bend it, do anything you really wish to do with the design. So let me not take much of the time. On Wednesday, we are going to really look at Figmotion very well. So first and first, install it as a plugin. Then we would use your design. For those of you that have not finished, so for those of you uh that have not finished your design, so you need to do your design. Make sure you follow the correction. What I'm going to do is we are going to prototype one student design. I actually opened one of it today, but I did not get to use it again. So one of the designs to do, you're going to prototype it and be sure to do one of these. Then when the ProtoPy decides to make it free again, one of the classes I also introduce you to ProtoPy. That's it will be on the 31st of when? Yeah, 21st of May. So from first week of June or anytime would actually get to look ProtoPy, because I know ProtoPy a bit, so I would, yeah, May 30th. So I'm going to introduce ProtoPy for those of you that would want to use ProtoPy to start animating and the rest of them. So any questions so far? Any question before we call it a day? Go and make corrections on your designs. So that I'm going to, I might just decide to use Timilane. So be prepared, Timilane. I would get to use your design. So go and work on it too. Everybody will be seeing your design. Timilane, yes, I'm using your design till Wednesday. So any question? Any question? Uh, any question? Any question? This one nobody saying anything. That means so let me copy this link and paste here before I forget. So maybe you might have gotten it. No
Sorry, I
art.cc.
have question, please.
Okay.
I didn't get the part you said that everyone's design will be showed. I
No, I
didn't.
not say everyone's design. I said I might decide to use your design.
So what are we to do to our design? You mentioned something like interaction.
Yes, interaction. So you need to install Fig Motion. So I showed simple interactions today where you can. Yes, you need to prototype using the normal on tap, on drag, on this. If you need
Okay.
to use any of those interaction, use it. Then on Wednesday we'll look at Fig Motion.
All right. Thank
How
you.
to use Fig Motion. Yeah, you're welcome. So is there any other question? Any other question? Okay, so I take silence as there's no question. Thank you guys for today's class. What are these links for? Okay, so maybe you're not in class. These are links to download photos, iStock photos, Shutterstock, all of those photos that are paid. All right, so no other question. No question again. All right, guys, see you same station, same time, same station next week.